defending champion, he was going for his third world title. His opponent was Graham Miles.
Can Reardon take these last 5 colours? The world crown. Perfect position on the blue. Amongst the last 3 balls. And finished by Ray Reardon, the current champion. Just 5 points. And there it goes.
The following year, 1975, Reardon won the world title.
Oh. 25. And he's missed it. Now what's he done? He has conceded. What an extraordinary... Terrific amount of check side there on the cue ball. Not an easy one by any matter of means. And Spencer quite content to put another. And in fact, Cliff Thorburn, the great sportsman he is, has... That's there. He's now in position for these 5 colours. The dying moments now, taking the last 4 balls, is a former champion on 5 occasions. Well,
22. 28.
there's just no stopping
11.
Terry Griffiths. And the 24th frame he requires to call himself World Snooker Champion. And so a deep screw with the trophy and the first prize of £10,000. The highest break of the championships goes to Canadian champion Phil Werbenov, who had a magnificent 142. And Dennis Taylor concedes. Points in front with a mere 27 points left on the table. The world title for the first time going across the water to Canada. Defeated by John Spencer in 1977, has Alex Hurricane Higgins to take the Embassy World. He's 19 points ahead before this green.
$34.
down to this final pink. And that's it. The world snooker champion, 1981, Steve Davis. Just 3 balls to go now for a break of 135. Ray Reardon has sat in his chair for the whole of this final frame. Fantastic. And the Embassy World Snooker Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new world champion, Higgins.
Alex Higgins and family, champions of the world. The end.
All Steve's near ones have been in that same pocket. That's a bit strong. Playing from a very difficult...
Probably the best chance Steve's going to have. Not an easy green, but should he get it, must finish on the brown.
A great champion. He is achieving...
Your expression there.
The final frame, the final black. A good one. No. time becomes Embassy World Snooker Champion 1985. Just 17 days ago, he was a ranked outsider. Just waiting in his chair, I'm sure. Nothing to stop him now. The cue ball stands for one of the balls, but it takes nothing away from his brilliant putting. Thoroughly enjoying every minute of it. For Bedford's Joe Johnson. The most remarkable world final I've ever seen.
71. Dievis, 78.
He breaks down at 78. But Joe Johnson, the defending champion, is the first to come out and congratulate Steve Davis.
One.
£25. All the words have been used up in adoration of Steve Davis. The only achievement is, and that's in the hands of the young Scotsman with a fantastic break. John Parrott concedes. He's satisfied with 63,000. But the title of
But the other one went anywhere. 71. And with that break of 71, Stephen Hindrey brings a great championship to an end. He has beaten...
Of course, the problem is not just getting the snookers, but getting them to where your opponent can't hit them.
Parrott's waited a long time for this. He's suffered some defeats and disappointments on the way, but finally the whirlwind Jimmy White concedes to John Parrott, and a very deserving champion. John Parrott wins it.
97.
Completing 10 frames. Capacity crowd here at the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield for this final.
106.
As Stephen goes out in a blaze of glory, he becomes the 1992 Embassy World Champion for a second time as Jimmy steps forward to shake his hand. And what a miraculous...
I think the audience are really a little dumbfounded. Because they've been so delighted, of course, by this wonderful snooker from Stephen.
62.
Bad luck, Jimmy.
69.
So Stephen Hindrey finishes off as he started. A really magnificent finish. We couldn't have a better chance.
Jimmy White.
Well, did you see? Well, this evening. Yes, he carries the weight of so many people's hopes. And I'm sure many, as I did, thought that this year was going to be his. But not to take anything away from Jimmy's opponent, Stephen Hindrey has proved once again that he's the best player in the world. He's Embassy World Championship. He's won by 18 frames to 17 in one of the best finals you're ever likely.
But the championship itself obviously belongs to this young Scots supremo.
78.
Century break. Pure class.
81. 85.
Preparing to marry his childhood sweetheart Mandy this takes the Embassy World Snooker title for the 5th time and a record 4 times consecutively.
Against Stephen Hindrey, that is a tall order. Must have just missed the blue.
It's on the way, but it's not quite strong enough. Oh, it's not there.
And it's all over. Peter Ebdon turns to congratulate Stephen Hindrey, who in 1996 becomes the Embassy World Snooker Champion for...
There's no better feeling in the world.
So Ken Doherty thoroughly deserves this World Championship title. He's a great friend of Stephen Hindrey, and Stephen Hindrey will be back, I'm sure, to claim his 7th. But at the moment, Sheffield and the Crucible.
Take the black jaw, and he doesn't need it. What a performance.
John Higgins clears with a break of 118. He Pink and black to finish with a century.
not too bothered about that. He's just so pleased to have done it. Ray Reardon, 6 times world champion in the 70s. Steve Davis, 6 times in the 80s. But it's a magnificent 7 times for Stephen Hendry in the 90s. Stephen Hendry beats Mark Williams by 18 frames to 11 to win the World Championship. What a final we've had from these two Welsh wizards.
Matthew Stevens led 13-7. It was a commanding lead. Another couple of frames and it would have been an impregnable lead. But Mark Williams showed amazing resilience to recover, to win by... to get another shot. No mistake on what was effectively match ball that time. John Higgins was in first in this frame with 45, but Ronnie O'Sullivan cleared.
And Mark Williams, the most relaxed man in the Crucible Theatre, or so it seems, but inside he will be absolutely delighted.
77. When Williams led 10-2, it seemed as if he might even win with a session to spare. The blue finishes on the floor, but that doesn't matter. Mark Williams clinches the title with a break of 77.
Défaite forte. Bah voilà, tranquille.
Vous voyez, alors là on va le retrouver comme il fait à l'entraînement. Alors déjà qu'il est impressionnant avec la pression et toutes les difficultés, mais à l'entraînement il doit être...
Ah, vous savez mon goût pour les statistiques, il y a eu une défaite 18-3, une autre 18-6, pardon, et entre les deux une défaite 18-5. C'est la 4e plus sévère défaite depuis 1977. Mais Dot, c'était quoi, sa première finale, je crois. Lui aussi a le temps de...
Unbelievably well, and he was favoured to take this final. Well done, Matthew, but Sean has been unbelievable this evening.
Thank you. 83.
Sean's fiancée and Sean's father, Tony, exchange a celebratory hug. Because Sean Murphy has beaten Matthew Stevens by 18 frames.
automatically be on pink or black. It was close. And he'd have been on the go. Ooh, he's left it over the jaws of the pocket. He's played for the black. Does he miss the black and get on the pink? He flicks the black. He's on it perfectly.
Wow, incredible. Peter Ebdon won the next 6 and emerged the other side.
13.
Well, he's withstood enormous pressure.
17.
Peter Ebdon made a great fight of it.
Graham Dott, 17.
But in the end,
Graham
Dott has dashed Ebdon's hopes. A marvellous final session.
Won the world title. He has seen days, you would have to say, John Higgins was the most consistent.
78.
Led 12-4. Mark Selby puts his arms around him.
Very, very difficult. Left-handed, made to look very simple.
15.
Quick look at the scoreboard.
21.
39 in front. Just needs the blue.
22.
And he has been so consistent throughout the last 17 days. This crucible crowd would have loved to have seen this final continue and Ali Carter to have won a couple of frames. But Ronnie O'Sullivan, he has been the master. I think Ali Carter will come forward. He claps his hands and congratulates Ronnie O'Sullivan. Ronnie O'Sullivan really
needs the black though off the last red if that's going to be the case. I think the way it's played on the 2 previous occasions he played, I think 1 year he smashed the record for the amount of centuries made at the crucible. He's played as good this week. Well, what a shame, no century, but for the 3rd time, as the crowd give him the standing ovation, John Higgins is the Betfred.com world champion. Sean Murphy shakes his hand, congratulates him, and it's a big, massive...
Well, he forced a lovely smile there, Neil Robertson. He knows that he's won this year's World Championship.
A little blows a kiss to his mum, and there she is, still waving the Australian flag. She flew at the last minute from Melbourne to see her son. She said if he ever got to the final, she promised she'd be there. And he's not let me down. It's been hard graft, it's been a war of attrition. But the Australian now is just putting the finishing touches to a great tournament.
And as I say, every credit to Graham Dott. He's put up a fantastic show here. But, well, it's hard to describe how Neil Robertson's feeling at this moment. Words can't describe it, John.
Yes, unbelievable. It's what every player dreams of. Graham Dott has come back. He's now the player he was. Fair play. But take nothing away from Neil Robertson here. There'll be a lot of emotion coming out of him. And the pockets now are looking like dustbin lids. He's the champion of the world. The Betfred champion of the world. Took a lot of heart. Chance. But 1 6-point snooker
to be able to win.
John Higgins, 14.
Got the snooker. Yeah. Oh, but he has missed it. Well, would you believe it?
And he's going to be put back in again. John will make... Is he taking the double? He is. He's taken the double. I just sense.
It's that. If any frame sums up John Higgins, it's that one.
This man put up a great show, but he wasn't quite good enough
54.
to compete against the most naturally gifted player the game has seen. He gave a little kiss up to Ronnie Jr. there. There's no better feeling in the world than walking around the table when you know you've won the World Championship. Will come forward like the gentleman he is and congratulate Ronnie O'Sullivan.